Welcome back. This is Built Mike's Way, and I'm Mike. Sorry that it's been so long since I posted a video, but we had to take some family time. Our great friends had a baby. Some of our other amazing friends stopped by to visit from Colorado area, so it was just great seeing them. And then we also had COVID run through our house. So we're getting back to it. Today we are on the Cleveland engine. We're gonna get this thing, get it pretty close ready to send out to the machine shop here pretty soon. We're gonna go over some of the heads and what I may or may not use in this build. And if you guys got any suggestions, this is a Cleveland engine. I am no matter a professional on these at any means. So let me know if you guys have some cool parts laying around. We are gonna boost this thing. I don't know if it's blown or if it's turbo, or if we're just gonna leave it alone for a while. Take it through the different stages. So let me know what you got, what you think, what some of these parts are that we should or shouldn't use, and we're gonna get into it today. Alright, the cool other thing I did is I ordered a new one that's about twice as large as this on the inside. It comes out straight with this. So I'm gonna show you guys that when it gets here. I also ordered aluminum plugs. We are not putting regular freeze plugs in this. Somebody started tapping these for the steel plug, threaded plugs, so I ordered some aluminum ones, and when they get here we'll finish these up. I'm gonna see how our luck is at getting this out. Sometimes you have to go back and forth to get the thing worked loose. Woohoo! Success! So the new one will have a large diameter drill size, and it'll be this size all the way out. We'll use a completely different filter, but one of the other reasons you should always do that is because of this. It's just rust. We're gonna do a little bit of cleanup in here to get the flow to go in here just a little better. This is what we're working with, and basically it's kind of tough to see. This needs a little work in here just to make the flow point, like where the flow is, tighten up and get down in the right direction. Just minimum work. We aren't going crazy. I've done a lot of research, not doing it. But this flows down. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna put a light on there, right down that wall, and then you can you see it shining down in there. So what I'm trying to show you is this is a big hole that they did straight into the block, and then they threw one at an angle down here in the kind of the corner, and that's what meets up with this bore right here. Well, it's kind of a little rough in the transition down there, so I'm just gonna get in there and smooth that up. Same thing up here, same thing in here, and that's all we're gonna do to it. We are not gonna go crazy on this. Okay, with those couple of improvements, we can probably gain about 2 to 5 pounds of PSI on our oil pressure. And we've got a lot better flow, so it's going to get to all of our other parts better. Alright guys, there's a lot of controversy on how to do this to clean up your galley. Should you make these ports bigger? Cleaning this up as kind of like an extra flow down. Running an external tube here with a couple of splitters for one side that helps one side get more oil. I'm not gonna go crazy into that stuff. I'm gonna build this engine my way, Built Mike's way. So I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna add to these holes just yet, if I'm gonna make them longer, if I'm gonna put more of them. But what I am gonna do, I saw a little research, is everybody opens these or cleans these up a little bit, and you're still a pretty high height off. It's not like it's gonna flow out really well before it gets to this. And then I saw this guy that actually puts a hole right here, which goes directly to your distributor gear. He just does a small hole about the same size as this, and it actually is a lower point, because I guess when they cast these, some of these were higher and lower, so some of these are just really close to the valley, and it actually works really well. But ours, it's got a good chunk of casting right there, and that's where the lifter is, and I'm just uncomfortable grinding that till it's flat. That just seems like a problem waiting to happen. So I think I'm gonna do the hole right here. We are still gonna clean that up just to make it a lot smoother, and then I'm gonna kind of lay these back so the oil actually, when it gets up to it, it wants to fall into it, not like kind of building. You want everything to have kind of a waterfall effect. So we're gonna get to cleaning this, and then we're gonna smoothen these up a little bit, and then we'll get to the next thing. All right, we got that one little last hole that I want to drill right here through the other side. Hopefully I know what I'm doing, and I get it in the right place the first time. Like I said, I saw another guy do this, and it totally makes sense, and actually I really like it. Okay, I'm gonna try to give you guys a close-up why I did this. So, if you can see how much lower this hole is compared to this one. This is great, because if it isn't keeping up with this one, and this one is here, that will help. Plus all these, I bathtub these is what this is called. It's kind of like creating a flow. And then I also just smoothing out some of the high spots. I didn't really take them down, I smoothed them just for the oil to flow nicer. Here's a view from the inside. So, sorry, I don't want you guys to be blinded by this. The hole down here, where my finger is, the red one, that's the one I just created. See how much higher and lower those two are? So that's why we wanted the oil to start flowing out sooner than when it had to build up all the way up to here. So I think this is a really good improvement. Out of all the things I researched, I really like this one the most. Next thing we're addressing today are these razor sharp, let's see if I can get you in here, these razor sharp edges where basically it goes from one shape to the next shape in the casting. This is like a serrated knife. I hate working on cars. They're just sharp like that, so I'm gonna take care of a lot of these edges. Even some of the square edges I'm gonna clean up, not around the bell housing in certain areas, but the areas that I know are just gonna be exposed, I'm gonna round some of those up. Make sure you don't do these are how they line it up for the milling and shit and machining, so don't do that. Clean up your nice edges, get your casting looking good. We're gonna go through and chip off some of the residual, I don't know, I think it's sand casting material. We're gonna again get rid of this edge, bring in a heater piece, but that's what we're gonna get started with. It's gonna be real quick. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on it. It just helps the overall finish of the car, I believe. And when it makes it nicer to work on, why not? There you go. That's how you get that guy out. Alright, I'm gonna try to go over a few of the parts we have. We've got 4 different sets of heads, or 4 heads here, and every single one of them is different. 2V, because it's got the 2 on the corner. This is a 2V with a dot. So one's an open chamber, one's a closed chamber. These are really great around the street, you know, 5,500, 6,000 RPMs. These things run great. These are what you want. Anything past that for drag or really performance, high RPM, you're going to want a set of the 4V. Those flow way better, and the reason they do that I think even you can tell the size comparison alone, it's just huge. They have bigger valves. They have they're designed to flow more air. These are what all the Cobra jets, stuff like that came with. Even the intakes. Intake ports are massive. You know, versus 3, so very, very large. So we also have this other guy here. Looks to be the same, looks like a 351 Cleveland head, but if you come in right over here, you have to be careful. It has a C with kind of like a W over it. Technically, I guess it's supposed to be over here. This is a Cleveland Windsor, or Cleveland modified. So be real careful what you buy. And as you can see in here, right there, that is a Cleveland. That's what we want. So I've got some choices to make up. Let me know what you guys think. What head should I run? Keep in mind, this is going to be a boosted application at some point. Got some really cool Mickey Thompson heads, or valve covers. Think about polishing the fins, running those on the car. I think it'll look really good. Edelbrock intake. Got an aluminum water pump. We got a gear drive set up. An oil restrictor kit. I'm going to do all the drilling and tapping on the block still on another video. Don't know if I'm going to use it, but I'm going to do it just in case. We have electronic ignition, but because we might be putting something in the way of the distributor, we might have to go to a something off the crank, harmonic balancer with a cog or something. These are evil fittings. These are what I'm going to use when I run a line up through here and to the back of the sensor area to help flow if I do that, or I might come around this way. I'm not even 100% I'm going to do that, but these are really nice fittings. They're on good old Amazon, and they work really great. So this is what I'm working with. Hope you guys are really liking the 351 Cleveland build. This is a really cool engine based off of the old Boss engines, and I was really lucky to find a 4-bolt main and have access to all of these parts. Please let me know what you guys think. I've never built one of these before, but I can't wait to get this thing built and stick it in this hot rod over here and see what she does. Thanks for sticking around. This is Built Mike's Way. Have yourself a great weekend.